Good morning. My name is Kevin Crotty, and I teach AP Macroeconomics and Participation in Government at the high school. I would like to welcome family, friends, faculty, administration, and most importantly, you, the class of 2017, here on this day in what is in many ways a Lifetime Achievement Award of sorts, high school graduation. Many years from now, 2016-2017 school year will be remembered for many things. But one national event has really stood above all the rest. I've given this much thought and decided to take this time and address this topic. I'm sure many of you will find this controversial and might even get upset with me for bringing this up in this setting, but I could not let this opportunity go by. I didn't have a problem with Kevin Durant joining the Warriors. I really didn't. It's better basketball. It's better. It's better. I'm glad to see some of you are thinking the same way too. That's good. I would like everyone in this place right now, not just the graduates, everybody, even if you have a little instrument here, you don't have to put it down. Think of a number between 1 through 20, please. 1 through 20. Do you have that number in your head? Good. Now please stand. Can everyone please stand if you're willing and able to stand? If you're not able to stand, you can do this in your seat. Please stand up. Okay. If the number that you have in your head is odd, I want you to go like this and make an O over your head. Thank you. If it's an even number, arms raised in a V. Odd, even, and hold it for a second. Everyone good with that? Okay, I'm going to document this and I'm going to explain to you what I wanted you to do this for in a second. Let me just take a couple pictures. Good. You guys can take a seat. Thank you. Thank you for, it feels good to stretch the legs, I suppose. Yeah. Right. In a couple hours, my mother is going to text me, and she's going to ask me how the speech went. See what I did to you there, don't you? Yeah. And I wanted to be able to tell her I got a standing ovation. Sorry that my whole speech really started with a series of lies here, but these guys aren't surprised, unfortunately. I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about questions I think you're going to be dealing with quite a bit over the next couple days, weeks, months. And the first question is, can you believe that it's over? Can you believe that it's over? Can you believe you've graduated high school? Isn't it crazy that you're graduating? In many ways, that question isn't for you. That question is really for the person asking you the question. Right now, you might not know this, but your parents are sitting here in stunned disbelief. You might have noticed your dad was kind of looking at you a little funny this morning. Mom was kind of following you around in the house. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. They weren't thinking about this graduation that you're at right now. They were thinking about your preschool graduation. They were thinking about sending you off on your first day to kindergarten, taking you to little kicker soccer, school plays, being your secret reader in second grade. The first day you went to Maple Ave from Dorothy Nolan. How on your first day of 9th grade, they were at work all day worrying, hoping that it would go well for you. Taking you to lacrosse games, wrestling matches, cheerleading competitions, going to your art shows and seeing you get excited for homecoming, heading off to the prom, And now this. A big part of who you are is over. School has essentially been your whole life. Your very identity as a person is built around school. You've identified yourself as a student, a member of a club or a team, someone who plays in the orchestra, sings in choraleers, or participates in school plays. When you're away on summer vacation and you meet someone brand new for the first time, many ways that you introduce yourself have something to do with Saratoga schools. I think it's important to understand that we don't meet these achievements and get these milestones on our own. You're going to start a new phase of your life. And I think it's important, and I'm going to ask the graduates to do this in a second, to say thank you to the people that helped you get there. So I'd like to ask the graduates at this time if you guys would please stand, try to find your parents in the crowd, your aunts and uncles, your teachers, friends and family, and anyone that you think helped you get there, and give them a standing ovation and say thank you. All right, you guys can be seated. There you go. Air horn. By the way, I see Mr. Sheehan over there. If you guys want a copy of that picture, he's probably tweeted it already. I don't know if you're aware. He's kind of into this whole Twitter thing. I believe time is relative. It's constant for all of us and the amount of time it takes the Earth to get around the sun. But it's relative in that each year of your life becomes a smaller and smaller percentage of your life. For my 94-year-old grandmother and my soon-to-be 7-year-old daughter, 1 year is the same, but for my grandmother, it's 1/94th of her life. For my daughter, it's 1/7. 1 minute, you're graduating high school. The next thing you know, you're a short, stocky, balding, 40-year-old man who's giving a speech in front of a couple thousand people he barely even knows. That was all hypothetical, by the way. It happens fast and keeps happening faster. So it's important to mark these events and celebrate the changes in life. And if you just think this is another old person telling you that time's going to keep moving faster, I'm just going to tell you to wait and see. That leads me right into the next question. The what are your plans for next year question. What are your plans for next year? Where are you going to college? Where are you off to? That question is actually for you. It can be scary, exciting, nerve-wracking, and hopeful all at the same time. In economics, we have a concept that's referred to as human capital. It's very simply all the things that make you you. The pieces of paper and certifications like you're going to get today, the social soft skills you develop as a student in nursery school even. Some of it you're born with. Think LeBron James, there's some of that you just can't teach, right? Some of it you acquire over your life. Some things are human capital that might not even seem like human capital. For example, the confidence to rap or sing and play instruments at Springfest in front of your peers. To identify the difference between a crocodile and alligator and then harass your teacher about it. I saw you, Los, wherever you are. To lose your wallet on an inauguration field trip and hold up the entire thing. And somehow still garner sympathy from Coach Jones. That is not easy to do. Connect the former rapper Nate Dogg to the investment demand curve. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. Make a blue and orange colored fidget spinner for your tortured Met fan teacher to develop a reputation as a class of kids that will give everything and everyone that walks through that door a standing ovation, to the point where no outsider would dare enter the room. To be able to understand why Crotty is playing Say Hello to Heaven the day after Chris Cornell's death. To be able to draw amazing pictures in pencil. And also be patient enough to entertain my questions about those drawings. To use your weekly podcast assignment to complain about the mess that is the Mets. To give your teacher an enthusiastic goodbye every time you left class. To the point that when you were absent that couple days, I really missed it. When you and your doubles partner hit the courts, to know that one of you is going to be emotional, the other one less so, but to know that you both really wanted to win. To realize that if you bring up Komodo dragons to the man teaching the class, he'll get distracted for a good 20 minutes. I promised I wouldn't rant about Komodo dragons, so I'm going to just move on quickly. To refer to a famous painting as the final dinner. Think about it. But have the maturity and the sense of humor to totally embrace it and make it a funny story that we share the rest of the year. To be a positive, wonderful, coachable young lady who always gives me a warm smile every time I see her in the hallway, even though I coached her 4 years ago. All of that is human capital. And that's what we're actually here celebrating today, a human capital milestone. High school graduation. Congratulations, you got the piece of paper. I tried to get them to make championship belts for you guys this year, and I was told that something about tradition. They wouldn't let me do it. A lot of times in class, students ask about the future. Where do we think the world is going? What is the economy of the future going to look like? The robots are coming. The robots are coming. The honest answer is no one really knows. A lot of very intelligent, informed people made guesses on the future in early September of 2001. In a few short days after that, their predictions were going to be tragically wrong. One thing is for certain, though, is you are going to need your human capital. It goes with you no matter where you go and what happens in your life. This year in class, we talked a lot about Venezuela and Zimbabwe. They're examples of countries that have experienced complete economic and political breakdowns. Venezuela is currently seeing protests, if you've seen it on the news. The economy is shrinking, inflation topped 120%. Shortages on all sorts of basic necessities. Zimbabwe, believe it or not, is worse. It was estimated the unemployment in the mid-2000s reached 90%. 90. Cost more money to go to work than you made while you were there. Inflation was estimated to be 6.7 sextillion%. That means prices were doubling every 18 hours. Think about that for a second. Someone asked famed investor Warren Buffett what his advice would be for someone living in Zimbabwe. What could they possibly invest in? And his answer was to invest in yourself. I would tell them to invest in their human capital. The best thing about human capital is no one can take it away from you. You can't lose it, and it goes with you wherever you go. That idea was further driven home by a Holocaust survivor who came to visit our school this year by the name of Heidi McKinley. Many of you guys were probably able to hear her speak, and it really was amazing to watch a 97-year-old completely hold an audience of high school students. It's almost like her experience in life. She didn't find the high school students scary. All right? She told a story one day growing up in Austria. One day came a knock at the door. Everyone that she knew and everything she owned was no longer hers. She was forced to flee Austria by herself as a teenager with no money, a coat, and her human capital. Well, I'm going to give you that same advice today. I'm going to tell you to invest in yourself. That might mean college for many of you, vocational training for some. It's all about the acquisition of human capital. In the future, you're going to need to be flexible and trainable and willing to try new things. When you're 28 years old, and if you remember this speech, and your boss asks for a volunteer to try a new project, I want you to volunteer for that project. No one can tell you what tomorrow or tomorrow's bring, but I can tell you, you will need you. It's important to develop a mindset of process over results. You've all taken tests in which you really didn't prepare and you sort of got lucky on the test, like the 3 things you knew happened to be on the test. Other times you worked and trained hard, it just didn't go your way. Don't get fooled by phony results. Life is process over results. Some of the upgrades in your life are big, like today, college graduation, nursing school, basic training, completing a welding certification, the 2.0s to 3.0s to 4.0s. Some upgrades are a lot smaller, your 2.1s to 2.2 to 2.3. Keep upgrading yourself. You might notice that the first question dealt with the past and the second one about the future. Often we think about the past and kind of try to remember things that took place. We worry and hope and dread and anticipate the future, sort of like I did with this speech. And that brings me to the last question I have for you. What about right now? What about right now? How do you feel this very second? What will you remember about this exact moment in time? Often in life, moments pass by and you barely register them. And this is not supposed to be one of those moments. Will you remember who you sat next to? How you felt when you got dressed this morning? Who drove you here? What the weather was like? When preparing, I came across a quote from a comedian by the name of Steve Martin. You guys might have to ask your parents who that is. I don't even know if you'll even know. And the question was posed to him, Steve, why do you still do stand-up after making so much money doing movies and TV shows and other things? Why do you still put yourself through stand-up? And his answer was interesting. He said that being on stage in front of a live audience brought on a condition that should not exist. It made him nostalgic for the present. If you think about that, you should not be able to look back fondly on the moment that you are currently in. A wise poet by the name of Eddie Vedder once said, "So much time is spent thinking about all those yesterdays or all those future days, but it makes much more sense to live in the present tense, to be nostalgic for right now." And we often forget about right now. This is the last time you guys will ever be together as a class. This is it. Never again. In a matter of moments, Dilo's going to call your name. I apologize, Mr. DiLorenzo. Mr. DiLorenzo is going to call your name. Across the stage you will go. You'll shake hands, get a diploma, return to your seat. The ceremony will end. You're going to walk up that hill, and you're going to your car, and this moment's going to be gone forever. This is the last time you might see someone that you've seen in the hallway for the last 4 years, even though you really have no idea who this person is. This is the last time that you will sit in this venue, you guys too, on this stage, or right here, for a Saratoga graduation. So what I'm going to ask you to do, I want to try to cement this moment in time for us. What I'm going to ask the graduates and parents, if you would like to do this while they're doing this too, I'm going to ask that you're going to find 2 people. I want you to find one person that you know pretty well. Make it someone close to your seat. I don't want you to get hurt here doing this. And I want you to give them a handshake, a hug, or a high five and congratulate them on graduation. Don't do that. Not yet, not yet. Whoa, whoa, wait for it. Wait for it. The other person I want you to find is someone in this giant class of approximately 500 kids that you do not know, or you don't know really well. And I want you to introduce yourself if you have to. I want you to give that person a handshake, a hug, or a high five, and congratulate those people on today. Do that now. Parents, if you want to try to congratulate somebody that's near you on a graduation, go ahead. All right. I would like to close this session of Random Thoughts with Kevin Crotty with the following. When I call out the names of the following graduates, will you please stand? And will the parents of the graduate that I call and siblings, will you stand as well? Dylan Berrigan, Matt Camille, Hunter Choi, Dane Feldhaus, Quaden Grant, Xaviera Hendrick, Michael Millington, Will Navin, Greg Palmatier, Eric Petkus, and Alexander Wardell. All those that are standing have made a decision to dedicate themselves in service to this country. did want to say before I go on, is there anybody else? I went to guidance yesterday to try to make sure I really didn't want to miss anybody. Is there anyone else that did not express their intent to guidance or has made that decision to join the armed services? I don't want to leave anybody out. Young lady right there. So the names I called, I'd like you to stay standing. Just at least the graduates. Go ahead. Names I called, please stay standing. Thank you. And then young lady also. Okay. Some standing today are attending military academies and others are enlisting. In my life, I take on many roles. Sometimes I'm a father, teacher, a husband, a coach, a short, sarcastic man. I'm pretty much that all the time. To all those who are standing and to their families as a teacher, I will say that the faculty and staff of Saratoga Springs City Schools is proud of your willingness to serve your country and its people. I think we can all agree that the world is a dangerous place, and many times it seems that's the only thing anyone can agree on anymore. The father in me would like to tell you to take care of yourselves and take care of those you serve with. As a citizen of this great country, I would like to genuinely say thank you. Please join me in giving them one last round of applause. All right, you may be seated. Feels only fitting as part of Team Leprechaun here that I close with a very traditional Irish blessing. To the class of 2017, may the road rise to meet you, may the wind be always at your back, may the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall softly on your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. May God be with you and bless you, may you see your children's children, may you be poor in misfortune, rich in blessings, may you know nothing but happiness from this day forward. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the warm rays of sun fall upon your home. And may the hand of a friend always be near. May green be the grass you walk on. May blue be the skies above you. May pure be the joys that surround you. May true be the hearts that love you. To the class of 2017, I would like to say thank you for this wonderful honor. I am currently nostalgic for the present. I will cherish this moment forever. Good luck, God bless, and goodbye to the class of 2017. Thank you.
Will the graduates please stand? By the power vested in me as superintendent of schools, I hereby certify that these students listed on the official program who have met all requirements are declared graduates of Saratoga Springs High School, class of 2017. Congratulations.